Okay, so for today, this is my day and a half off. Hiker and I are out here at the Bisti Wilderness Area, which is one of the top like tourist destinations in New Mexico apparently. I didn't really know about it before coming here, but I have some videos on YouTube that showed it up as one of the top tourist spots. So it's actually Bisti Badlands, I think. Really interesting area. You can see some of it here in the background. Just some kind of interesting rock formations and stuff. So this loop trail is about 5.5, I think. So we're gonna take a look and see how this goes, and show you hopefully some interesting spots. It kind of reminds me of some of the spots at like Death Valley or in the Badlands, of course, out in South Dakota. But yeah, so we're gonna find the trail here and see you along the way. This is BLM, Bureau of Land Management land. So a little freer with the dogs, which is a good thing. Hiker gets to join me. It's probably about 77 out here today. It's about 10 a.m. Probably get a little bit warmer, but should be a nice hike. And then we'll head back home and work on some video stuff. So it's actually not a very well-marked trail. Following the All Trails trail app, it just shows you walking out here. So came through that gate and yeah, just walking out here. So we're coming up on a little bit of rock formation here. It's not really rock, I guess it's dirt, sandstone, whatever. The trail's a little bit hard to stay on. I'm just kind of geo-following the one on All Trails. But it's not really marked. Looks like you just walk out here. Some kind of red colored hills in the distance. There's one or two other cars in the parking lot, so we may run into somebody, but until now we got it to ourselves. So we're kind of down in the rock formations now. Keep having to check the GPS for the trail. Really interesting. A little bit of green, but otherwise it's like walking on the face of the moon out here. Trail's either that way or this way. We'll figure it out. We're just making our way through here, hopefully following a trail. Hiker's having a good time. Maybe this wasn't the trail. Unless we're supposed to be up on this stuff. Oh, yeah. This stuff here looks like petrified wood. Some more down here. Right, let's see if the other branch is more of a trail. So all this kind of what do you call it? Catacomb kind of stuff around here. Still don't really know if we're on the trail. I thought I saw some footprints this way, but kind of on it now, which is interesting. Gonna assume this is the way for now. Might be wrong though. At least it's doable. So we're up kind of on top now. Really looking down at all this. See what's over this little ridge here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is all like fossilized wood chips. So we were kind of down in there. I think the trail's actually over here. I don't know, we'll go back down and check it out. Pretty wild. These little formations are super cool. We're getting back closer to where the trail's supposed to be. Again, not really marked. Maybe this. Check the map again. Look at that. Wow. This overlook is called the Chocolate Hoodoos. You can see how they're kind of brown and black. A lot of rock formations in there. Pretty wild. All right, we're back down on the plain again. Headed towards these little reddish hills. So it went from kind of dark black hills to these red ones. Probably more iron over here. It's usually what the red means. Really interesting place. So we're up on a bit of a hill here, looking down. If I'm right about a lot of this stuff being petrified wood, it's probably pretty heavily forested here at one point. A long time ago. So I think the trail is actually down here somewhere, so we're gonna head down. Looks like there's a wildlife trail of some sort here. We're gonna head down that way. Just keep following this trail. It's really interesting, really empty. The air's kind of still, there's not much of a breeze up. Yeah, just kind of a really quiet place. So this is kind of an interesting area. A lot of little tumbly rocks all over here. Reminds me of Goblin Valley out in Utah, I think. Yeah, pretty cool. Kind of down in among the rocks now. Looks like the trail kind of winds between them. You can see where some of just the sand and sandstone washed away into the a little bit harder rocks. It's not like they're super hard though. This area must have seen a lot of water at various points. Look at that. How cool is that? Alright, we're coming up over a hill here. Wow. It's something. Kind of interesting rock formations over here. Isn't that cool? Just kind of standing up by themselves there. This looks like another planet. So this is an area they're calling cracked eggs. You can kind of see what they're talking about. It's funny. Just There's these little boulders here. I guess they do kind of look like eggs. It's interesting, a lot of swirls. Very geometric. Alright, we're headed into this valley. There's going to be a little loop down here. And we'll, I'm guessing the trail kind of skirts the bottom of that coming back out of here. So, hiker, how you doing? You doing okay? Yeah. So it looks like we're coming up on some actual petrified wood. So I was right about that. This must have been kind of a forested valley or something. So we've got a couple of log chunks here. That's crazy. Of course, these little splinters are like actual rock now. They always look like they've been cut, but it's just the way they break off. It's almost like they crystallize and then break. So petrified wood forms when usually logs get buried, so it's a little bit of pressure and no oxygen, I think, if I remember right from Petrified Forest National Park. But they then, as they kind of decay, the cell walls break down and they take on the minerals of whatever's around them. So a lot of the earlier stuff, there was red chips everywhere, and it's likely because they took on iron. You can remember seeing the reddish hills back there, so it's probably a high iron content, and the logs took on the same color. There's some more. I know it looks like somebody's been chopping wood. Wow. There's actually moss growing on it. It's funny it doesn't grow anything else out here. Are you hot? Are you hot? Found some shade? About time for some water, huh? Yeah. You okay? We're almost done. It's like around every corner you turn, there's something new and interesting here. You can see some more logs out here. There's a big log here. Oh wow, that's a really big one. See how they just kind of fracture like that? Pretty wild. Looks like it was up here at one point. This one's actually got a little bit of the root structure still in there, looks like. It's hard to tell, if it fell over right here or if there was, it washed from somewhere else. Pretty wild. Just kind of a barren spot, but really interesting. So we're about to finish up the loop. Got a little bit more to go and then we'll be on the return. Really pretty. This reminds me of that National Parks trip in 2018 and just wandering around a lot of places. It was great. Gotta do that again. Right now I'm planning. I've got kind of a week in between finishing up this contract in Arizona and going back to California. So my last shift is the 26th, into the morning of the 27th, I think. And first shift in California is on the 4th. So planning my route for heading back that way. I think I may try another. I didn't get the last Mount Whitney permit that I applied for. So I may apply again and try to stop by Lone Pine and that area to do Mount Whitney if I can get a permit. Early October is late September, early October. Maybe running into snow, I don't know. It's almost like there's little rooms here. This is cool. All right, we've rounded the loop and on the way back now, just going out over this plain. So I think on the way back, we're gonna kind of be hugging these reddish hills on this side. And there's a spot called the Valley of Bones, which I assume is rock formations, not actual bones, but still I'd like to take a look at it and see what's going on. All right, we're coming up on what, it's a little offshoot from the main loop trail, but what they have listed as a sightseeing spot called the Valley of Bones. I kind of looped around a little hill here. It's what I think it is. It's probably more likely a bunch of shattered petrified trees. It just looks like chips everywhere. Yeah. I think this is it. This is what they're calling the Valley of Bones. So, bones of trees maybe. Yeah, still pretty cool though. I guess it kind of looks like bones. Huh. And this is what they're calling the Bisti Rock Garden. Although if you ask me, the whole thing's kind of a rock garden, but okay. Now there's something listed as the Bisti Arch, kind of out in the middle here. I'm gonna go try to find that. So apparently, this is what they're calling the Bisti Arch. If it's an arch, I don't get it. Maybe it was and it fell down. I don't know. Like I said, I wandered all around this looking for it. I guess maybe it could be one of these rocks. This is, maybe it was at one time. I don't know. It's not now. Huh. All right, headed back. So we're just out walking over this flat, headed back. Just huge and wide open. At the end of the trail with the loop, we got a little bit of a breeze, but it's back to being still again. So it's just kind of really quiet. That's the way most horror movies start, right? It's really quiet. So we're coming back up on the parking lot. Almost done. Hiker found himself a few mud puddles, which will be fun. Clean up later. We're headed back. Hiker up. Up. Good job. Well done. Well done.